Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. I think the last video I made was on a software called Zenith SDR. And in comment section, I was actually told that it's not free. So what I was trying to introduce in that last software, actually I was sold a lot. It's like $50, it's not free and things like that. The reason I just introduced that software is just to show you that the free version is available. You can use the trial version, but you can always pay for the pro version, just like you buy any other software. For example, let's talk about ChatGPT. You can use it, but if you want to get like more features, you can just buy it. So in this video, I'm going to introduce a software which is known as SDR++. And this is a cross-platform and open source SDR software that is 100% free. It does not have that ham radio feature or anything like that, but it's a very cool software that you can download. There's a website. You can go ahead and download this software that is available for your Windows, Linux, and your macOS platforms. And it's completely free. So let's get and let me just introduce you this software. So right now I'm using DragonOS Focal, which comes with pre-compiled with all the software-defined radio tools which are available to us, and SDR++ is one of them. So you can just simply go in, you can just download it, or you can just simply have it just like I'm using a live version of DragonOS Focal. You can just simply use it using a USB or a thumb drive. And it's available under, I believe, go to ham radio, and under ham radio there's a software called SDR++. This software does support a lot of different devices, a lot of different software-defined radio devices. If you were to go in sources from Airspy and audio bladeRF, HackRF, LimeSDR, RTL, it supports these PlutoSDR. It supports like different type of hardware devices. So once you, for example, right now I have connected my HackRF. So you just simply choose HackRF here from the list. You can choose an appropriate bandwidth or appropriate samp rate. In my case, I'm going to choose the maximum 20 megahertz, and you're good to go. That's it. That's all you need to do. So just simply hit press start, and it should start capturing your signals. And I forgot to refresh this. So let's just refresh this and hit start. So right now what you're visualizing is actually FM broadcast from 99 megahertz all the way up to 100. Let me just stop this and change this frequency to 20 megahertz. We're good to go. Let's just start. So we have a signal that is coming in hot at 94 megahertz. You can turn off the volume. Now you can increase your VGA. LNA gain is the main thing. So once you start increasing your LNA gain, you start seeing more and more of the signal. Somehow at 24 dB, this seems to be working fine for me. You can also use a VGA gain, so you can see the effect of this. It actually brings up an entire noise floor of your spectrum, and you can also see this. So there are different cool features. So you have a zoom feature. For example, if you want to zoom in on a particular frequency, you can zoom in on it. You can move your marker and you can hit zoom, and it will start zooming in on that particular frequency, and so on and so forth. So let's just leave it like this so you can see the entire spectrum. Not entire spectrum, from 90 megahertz all the way up to 120 megahertz, because you're using a bandwidth of 20 megahertz, which is the maximum supported bandwidth for your HackRF. You can also perform different demodulation tools are also available. A wideband FM, narrowband FM, AM, upper sideband, lower sideband, raw. You can also select the bandwidth. You can also decode RDS. So for example, if you have a transmission based on RDS, you can also decode this. I think somewhere around 94, 90. This is actually an RDS transmission. Once you start decoding it, you will see the channel information right here written on it and what is being transmitted. You can also increase your gain more. So this is probably the only channel that is transmitting based on RDS. You will see that information eventually. You can also record the signal as well. You can also look at advanced information as well. You can choose North America or you can choose Europe, anything you want. And if you were to go in, you can use a container. You can record the signal if you want. You can also have a frequency manager here. You can choose different frequency. You can add frequency. You can name that frequency to whatever you want. And you can also visualize that frequency as well. So you can see this information right here, RDS information. You can choose the pan color of this. You can label different type of band codes. So for example, right now you can see FM broadcasting. You can come over here. Once you zoom in, you can see that this is an air band. You can focus here on that signal as well. You can apply FFT smoothing. You can want to look at full waterfall update. You can also do that. So there are a lot of different options which are available to us using SDR++. You can choose different frequencies. So for example, if you want to have different bands, so for example, you can choose the frequency. You can enter a frequency. Let's say let's go in. Let's go around 935, and I'm going to choose it as continuous wave, and I'm going to call it GSM, and I'm going to apply. So I can just simply click on it, and it will go to that GSM frequency. So you can have added bookmarks. So for example, if I want to add another frequency, let's say I want to do 2400 megahertz, which is your Wi-Fi frequency band. I can hit apply. I can do Wi-Fi 2.4 and hit apply. So this is being saved, so I can just simply go in, and I can also look at the spectrum. So you can choose different frequency, and you can hop onto different frequency band as you pleases using this frequency manager block. And if you just want to look at your GSM frequency, you can also do that as well. So a very handy application, or a very handy frequency manager that you can move around to different frequencies you want. So let's say you want to move on to let's say add another frequency, which is your FM band. Let's do 90, and let's do FM, and let's hit apply. So if you want to look at FM frequency, you can just simply double click on it. You are looking at an FM band. You can zoom in out on it. You can zoom in on it, and so on and so forth. So this is a very handy tool that you can easily use to actually monitor different frequencies. So like in my case, right now I'm monitoring it. Oh no, of course you can manually move this as well. So for example, if you want to move the frequency, the display is quite nice. You don't have to worry about anything. I mean, it's very straightforward. You don't have to, there's not like much to know. If you have your RTL-SDR, you can just simply stick it in, and you're good to go with this particular software. So I kind of like this software. This is quite easy, and you can also demodulate this stuff as well, as long as it's wideband, narrowband, FM, AM, ultra upper sideband, lower sideband, raw signal, and things like that. So I hope you find this video to be helpful. I just wanted to do something based on the comments that it's not free, but this is free, and this is probably the coolest software that I came across with. And I hope you find this video to be helpful. Let's just do one more thing. I don't know, let's just plug in my jammer, and let's see how it shows the spectrum real quick, if I'll be able to do that. Otherwise, if I won't be able to do this, let's just call it a day. And I hope you find this video to be helpful. If you have any questions, just leave it in a comment section, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.